Whew, now that is a stack of cutting boards. 60 to 70 cutting boards. Whew. This bandsaw is gonna put in some work here. This poor little guy. So it's been a while. I don't know, 5 weeks since the last video. Here's a little recap to catch you guys up to speed. The orders are out of control right now. I don't even know what to do. That'll work. Well, that didn't work out. That's a bummer. This is... Am I really going to try to do 80 boards at one time in my garage? So Hobby to Business, how it happened. I've been doing this annually, basically for the holiday seasons, for Christmas. Doing batch of boards for a while now, and I've been making videos, and one just happened to really do well, and then right away after that I started getting a bunch of orders, and I had this plan of trying to do some creative, really trying hard to do some creative videos, entertaining for, you know, cutting boards at least, and having a website and having some of them online, and you know, maybe if some people liked them they'd buy some, and well, that just went, you know, 1,000 times more than I thought it was going to. YouTube really, as a driver, as a business model for showing your product, I'm blown away at how this has all turned out. Plus YouTube in itself is creating these videos and getting 1 million views in 10 days is a whole business in itself, it turns out. So went from my 21 boards sold in overnight in 10 hours. My friends and family, and off of my Facebook page, after years of doing my annual batches, there was a lot of traffic for buying the boards, and then it's only just multiplied and multiplied from there. The last video has just been a huge driver for my small shop cutting board business here. I have over 1,000 requests for boards now, and you know, it's overwhelming. It's phenomenal. I really don't know what to do with that kind of request, because at this point these 64 boards, 68, it's taking me a month to do. You know, between taking care of the family, building a website, getting the business licenses, getting the right insurance. The website has been a huge chunk of time. All sorts of other stuff. My overhead has really gone through the roof compared to what it was just a hobby. So catching you guys up on where I'm at and how we got here. If you want to see, you know, go look at the previous video, maybe after you watch this one, and take you along for the ride on how we got to here. Again, thank you guys. Couldn't be here if it wasn't for you, so I really appreciate you guys. Well, it's a pain in the butt doing the math on a large scale like this of how many strips I need. Regular strips that are going to be turned into smaller strips. With the bandsaw, definitely not as efficient, but a lot safer. Time to make some sawdust. Well, that definitely took longer than I wanted it to. Might have to go back to the table saw and then run them through here. Well, I went out and bought more clamps, and I still don't have enough. I have 4 that are done, 6 here, which is a total of 30 boards. Just looking at this pile like it's 60 to 70 boards. It's midnight, I'm out of clamps, and I'm trying to do this during daddy daycare. You guys are putting me to work. Well, I really wasn't sure I was going to be able to do this many boards in the little garage, but we're here. It would be 63 boards if I cut them all at 18 inches. Gonna try a variety of different things this time, see how it goes. Was planning on doing the cutting board giveaway video this morning, and Alaska has other ideas for me. We got a huge pile of snow.
It's a lot of snow.
What do you think, girl? How much is it? Baby waist high? Baby chest high? 16 inches. Gotta get to my snowblower. Putting the wifey to work so I can get back to making sawdust. Whoa! All the neighbors are having fun. Okay, here we are getting ready to pick the winners for the 30,000 subscriber giveaway. We happen to be at over 40 now. Boy, stuff is happening fast in just 3 weeks here. So, here's how we're gonna do this. You ready? So yes. Yes. Perfect. Stop.
Jade Kennedy from Alberta.
Alberta. Sweet. Congratulations, Jade. Scroll. Stop. Yep.
Hakeem Scott from Colorado.
Stop.
Manai R from Scotland.
Stop. Lower 48.
The Seeker.
Lower 48's in the USA. That's what we call it here in Alaska. Last one. Stop.
Alex Perez from Houston, Texas.
There we are. It's the last ones.
You ready to pick a winner, honey?
Here's the 3 USA contestants for this main prize. Our little baby girl's gonna decide who gets the ultimate prize with the cutting board.
Okay, honey. You get to pick. Who is it?
She got it.
Let's see who it is. It is the Seeker.
The Seeker gets the cutting board.
Bah.
The 30,000 subscriber giveaway, the main winner, did a nice little video for me, so I'll include a little bit of that here.
What's awesome, better than the camping, is that I've got a package of Devo's Woodcraft to open up. I'm so excited for this. First, let me say thank you. Really appreciate your willingness to share this with me, to share this with your subscribers. I was pumped watching the video, craftsmanship that went into this. I'm really excited to have one of these, so let's see what's inside. Oh, this looks nice. Look at that. A little teaser of what's inside there. Really well packaged here. Oh, look at that. So nice. Very heavy, very solid. Really beautiful. Very good. So excited. No time like the present to put it to use. This is Oregon. We're gonna enjoy some Tillamook cheese and Athletic Brewing. Thank you, Chris. I'm taking this across the country with me. Definitely going to put this to good use. Thanks again.
Now it's back to making some sawdust. I have a few new designs in there that I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to look like.
Power on. Battery medium. Bluetooth connected.
$63 boards in a tiny shop. I did not think I was going to make that. These are all 12-inch boards, 12 and a half, 17 and a half, all 22 and a half. 63 boards, a couple of cheese boards. What am I going to do with those scraps? Don't be all about my scraps. This was from last batch, and it had these wormholes. Visually, they were not sweet. So if the board doesn't meet my standards, then it doesn't ship. Once again, northern lights are out, so we'll see if I got anything this time. It was about 4 degrees outside this morning when I got up. This poor camera. It is time to do something with these, and this is absolutely one of the most commented things on my cutting board videos is, what do I do with my scraps? Technically they're called drops. And then the next most commented thing would be snipe. So these are kind of one and the same here. I have these drops because of snipe, and in production you can't 100% eliminate it. This snipe is actually from the drum sander. Each one of these, the drum sander and the planer, have their own snipe issues. Well, the raw lumber, when you get it, has their own issues of its own. So anything that has colored on here is the sealer. Those are the ends of the raw lumber, and you can see how checked they get. So instead of cutting all that out, I leave the checked ends, for the most part, unless they're really bad, to be grouped together with the snipe, and I take 3.5 inches of the shortest length off of each big run. The other thing I'm surprised at is how many people ask me if I make end grain cutting boards. So this is something that I'm going to make for my personal use, me and my wife. I'm also going to take it out camping. I'm going to take it all over the place. I'm going to use it, abuse it, and see how well my idea of utilizing these scraps work. Okay, super random. I just saved these pieces to show my wife. So super random. My wife is Inuit, and she pulls out the muck duck, and I was saving these because they look like muck duck to show her. Pretty random. So my daughter loves the shop. Say shop. Shop. You like the bandsaw? It's her favorite thing in here. Bandsaw? Bandsaw. She's going to be making stuff in no time. Say bandsaw. Bandsaw. Say toolbox. Where's the toolbox? There's the toolbox. Good job. Where's the wood? Yeah, see? There's the wood. Good job. She doesn't know it yet, but 1 million people have seen her face. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
We just hit 1 million views on the last video in 12 days. I really appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome. What can I say? Thank you. I haven't really talked about the bandsaw. It is a Grizzly 17-inch G0513X2. It's the model without the brake, but it has the cast wheels versus aluminum. It's got the bigger deck. It's got the cast fence. Has the cast precision ground trunnions. The double bearing. Can handle up to a 1-inch blade. This is the Laguna Resaw King 1-inch. I believe it's a 3 TPI variable. Now, let's turn these into something special. Gosh dang it, that's a $170 blade. Wonder if I had it too tight. It was just under a 1/4 inch deflection, which is what it's supposed to be. You got an outside, outside, and a middle. Grab one outside and one middle. Day keeps getting better. Should probably stop before I get hurt. This is done sweet, besides breaking this blade. And it's been snowing a lot more, and I'm a gold miner. Hobbyist for a long time. I'm also a welder and mechanic. Here we go. I have a 8-inch suction dredge here that just collapsed. It's one of those, but it's open except for just the top. And the thing just collapsed with all of this snow. That's a lot of work. Got it done. At least it's got a tarp over it now. So the reason why I'm showing this is because I actually was going to do a rebuild video on this 8-inch dredge, and I have some sluice box designs that I was going to do, but it comes down to it, I'm just going to restore this thing and sell it, and I'm going to build a dredge from scratch. So you guys will be able to see that. Hopefully, if you guys don't keep me too busy with the cutting boards and I can keep that going, I really want to do this project, so stay tuned. Love this one. Hope I'm not interrupting. It all started when I was 12, 13 years old. I knew that in advanced wood, if I made a project that was good enough and I won state fair, that I'd win some money and some sponsorships, and I did. Spent all year making this coffee table, and I won first place in the state fair of California. It's a pretty big deal. I was 13, and I won a bunch of sponsorships and a bunch of tools, and I went out and bought a bunch of tools. And I started making cutting boards in the backyard. My woodshop teacher, Mr. Wood, was phenomenal. I mean, not only what, an inspiration that guy was, he really taught everybody a lot of life lessons and was just a really, really good dude. One of those teachers that'll always stick with you. So fast forward 20 years later, moving up to Alaska and being a finished carpenter part-time, gold mining in the summers. So 4 years ago, I started making them as a hobby and selling them during the holiday season. Basically, I just do big annual batches of boards, and I've been making videos on them. And a crazy part of this whole YouTube thing, someone left me a comment on my subscriber video, and his brother, who I haven't seen for 20 years, bought my woodworking equipment from me when I was a kid. He still has my router, and he sent it up here. I bought this when I was 13. Actually, I think Makita gave this to me as a gift for my winning first place in state fair. How cool is that? Thank you, buddy. It's good talking to you. As you can tell, I'm a little sentimental. This is the only thing I had left out of winning first place in state fair. It's what I've kept, and it was a gift from Bridge City Toolworks, little square. And then my dad saved these cutting boards that I made as part of what I was selling in my little business, and he kept them for me, so I have them now. Back to the video. Back to these. So the extra strips in here are really gonna make for some awesome chaotic pattern. I'm actually really excited to see how this is gonna turn out. definitely harder to glue up than I thought it would. There's a lot of twist, and it's short enough. I'm not able to get the clamps on there very well, so we'll see how she goes. That's not too bad. Depending on how these clean up, I think I'm going to be doing a round 4. This is why these things are so expensive. Super labor intensive. This little buck tool came through. Put some 6 grit on there. That saved me probably an hour on this drum sander. I know I've said this before, but affiliated links, they're down below in the description. And if you guys want to check out the tools and maybe purchase some, it helps support the channel here. Thank you. Should be the last one of these to get this to where I want it. Still can't believe how long these things take. I can't wait to do the next batch coming up. I'm going to attempt to do 15 or 20 or 30. I got a huge pile of wood in the storage unit, and I'm pretty much going to turn those all into chaotic boards. So stay tuned for that one. Dude, no way. You're the man, Chief.
Packing foam.
Look at that thing. Oh, it comes with an extra hose?
Comes with a hose.
Well, now I got 2, so that's sweet. 1 bag. Oh man. Styling. Can you wave the camera? Happy St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
That sucks being in that thing for a couple hours. This batch of 60 something boards is probably more than I should be doing at one time. You guys in the comments have been really good with all the advice, and I appreciate it. Waxing the bar clamps or using wax paper, I haven't tried yet. I've always just used red tape when I've worried about the black pipe bleed through, the black bleeding through, which definitely on end grain boards, I worry about it more than the edge grain boards. So I'll have to try the other ideas at some point. Appreciate all the advice. Well, definitely not worth the time, as far as we can never make money trying to make that, but since it's for the family, out of scraps, gotta say, it's pretty sweet. It's 11:30, and again, the Northern Lights are out. Let me know when you're getting sick of the Northern Lights, but I think this show's gonna be a good one. Not super excited about this, but I was pretty excited how those Northern Lights turned out last night. How about that, huh? 30. We're doing 30 this time. It's almost half of them. Little blade coat for the bit. Helps with the buildup of all the burnt wood. Glide coat for the router base. Really makes it slide like glass. It's awesome. Well, I didn't mess up on the first one, but there's 29 more to go. I actually didn't screw up any of them. Made it through 30. Whew. Glad that's over with. Knock on wood, I'm still good next round. This relay doesn't have the switch, which sucks. But I've never had a problem with this relay. We've used them for years and years and years. Never had a problem. I've gone through 2 of these already. Same company. I don't know what's going on with them, but this is the one you want if you can find it. $10 time for beer. See the wifey. See you on the next round. That is a lot of sanding. If anybody tells you sanding is their favorite thing, well, I've said it before. So another thing working with natural wood, once you cut them to length, they can get wonky on you. This is about as bad as I've ever seen it. So I'm gonna make a little sled, rerun it through the planer, flatten her out. This stuff is awesome. If you've never used a CA glue with the accelerator, with an activator, then you're missing out. I've been using 2p10 for a long time, and I was going to go buy some Star Bond because I wanted the dark filler, and lo and behold, they got a hold of me. Affiliate link below. Save you a couple of bucks too if you guys wanted to get some of this. So 20-30 seconds, that's good to go. It's not going anywhere. Take this, we're going to flatten the bottom. You can see it's wobbly, so we'll shim it. Some playing cards for shims. I don't know if I told you recently, but I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. This is one of the coolest things. Now that is a snowblower. Even with earmuffs on and sanding and everything, the vacuum going, you can feel the ground shaking when that thing comes by. It's pretty awesome. Just sharing a little bit of Alaska with you guys. This guy is a resident now. That's convenient. Another day of sanding. This is just taking forever. Did I say I love doing this part? 2/3 of the way there. I promise you guys aren't missing out on a 3 days worth of time lapse of just me sanding. But we're almost to the finish line and I can't wait to be done. A little more comfortable now, still. That was just a 8-inch test run. This, on the other hand, I'm pretty worried about. I don't know if I'm ready. Are you guys ready? See if I can make 2 blocks out of one. So about a week ago, just about 10 minutes for you guys, I broke my Laguna 1-inch resaw blade. Now this one is a Timberwolf 3/4 and it's gonna have to make do. The problem with the 3/4 is it's nowhere near as large for resawing. The wider the blade, the straighter the cut, the more it wants to hold this line. So when I broke that blade, I sent Laguna an email. Right away they responded. They're sending me a new blade. I'm not sponsored by them. That is some really good customer service, no questions asked. I was really impressed. That's a $175 blade. And they just said sorry for the inconvenience and they're shipping it to Alaska. But it won't be here for a week. So I need to get this done so I can put this with the rest of the boards.
No pressure or anything.
Yeah. Woo! That's pretty good. Please tell me that was recording. Well, that came out better than I thought it was going to. Yeah, that works. Big shout out to Maverick Abrasives for sending me some sandpaper to try out. Looks like pretty decent stuff. And the competitor stuff is quite expensive. So, let's see how it works out. That wasn't so bad. I'd be getting a little better at this thing. Well, this will be a great set for the family. Really happy how these turned out, even though they were all from my scraps. We'll see how they last. So another thing I like to do with my scraps. I didn't show this in the video because I was just doing this for me personally. I started these a while ago and I still haven't gotten to them. So this is just the glued piece like this. And because these are already kiln dried and they're exotics and they're hardwoods, you know, turning this kind of wood is a lot harder. So I didn't have a chuck for my tail stock at the point, so I just put them in the drill press. After I rounded this off, cut them, and made my tenon here. Blown these all off with the air, especially the Paduke dust gets in the grains in the wood. Blown it all off. Now it's time to lift the grain by lightly wetting it. It's going to get all the fibers to lift up. Then after it dries, I do the final sand, and then we are at the finish line. The fun part about wetting the grain is you actually get a little hint on what it's going to look like with finish on it. Well, this is a few days later, and we've raised the grain on these, and we've done the subscriber giveaway, mailed that thing out. We've got a couple of people who still haven't responded, so if you haven't responded, you should go look. You might have won something. And I've been sitting at the computer doing building the website. The website's now live. Inventory is not loaded because it's here, but what a process it is to do all that. So trying to make things more automated. I'm not a website designer, but hopefully this will help speed up the process. It's all part of hobby to business here, and it's a whole bunch of work that's, I haven't really shown a whole lot of that in the video, but back to making sawdust. $65 boards, 67, whatever it is. It's brutal to do at one time. Holy cow. A couple more hours and I'm done. Then time for the best part. Wow. Finally here. They're like glass too. My mom brought up her board, her old Chaos board, so I'm giving it a little refinish here. About ready to stamp. I've used high heat stamps a bunch, bought a few of them, and just got a new design, so had them make me another one. These guys are awesome. Have the link down below. Well, out of 64 edge grain, I had 6 ones that didn't quite come out. This one's a little too light. This one's a little too dark. Purple Heart is just brutal trying to do because it burns so fast. That was totally passable, just a smidge on the dark side. Some of them came out perfect. Just finished sanding the last of the ones I needed to sand, and I was using the air compressor. And this thing just threw out all sorts of sparks and smoke. That's going to cost at least 5 cutting boards. Well, this could get exciting, so we'll see how it goes. I did flip the 60 amp breaker that I put in. I put in these 220 outlets here, so when the motor started smoking, it flipped a breaker. It looks like the compressor is not seized up, or the motor. I can still turn it. The button did push in. We'll see if she fires up and catches on fire, or runs, or doesn't run, or holy cow. Okay, well, Well, this is the next afternoon. They've sat overnight. Some of them really soaked it up. Some of it's still sitting there with the mineral oil. This is the Howard's Butcher Block conditioner. Just heat this up slowly until it turns clear. You'll be able to see when it does that. Then I'll apply it on both sides with a heat gun just to keep it in this consistency to help the waxes penetrate. And then we'll be moving towards a wipe down and buff with my board butter. So that was the heated coat of Howard's Butcher Block, and it's sat for a couple of hours. Now it's time to wipe it down, dry it off, and do my board butter. This is the Howard's Butcher Block conditioner. Good stuff. Might be a little overkill, but I do like to put a real good deep season on these for customers. Well, this has been a long journey to get here. Really appreciate you guys being here, and sorry it's been so long since I made another video. This has been pretty overwhelming going from hobby to business. I know a lot of people said not to be giving away my stuff, and then a lot of people, definitely enjoyed being part of the giveaway, but I just gotta say I really appreciate my subscribers, my viewers, everybody with all the likes and comments. Really help support the channel, and I really appreciate you guys. And that would be the other part of the hobby to business. The hobby to business is YouTube, driving the business like this. YouTube is a driver making these videos. People are entertained. It's educational for people who are working their way up in the hobby. And then the potential customer base has been fantastic. I have over 1,000 requests for cutting boards. I can only do 40, 50, 60 a month at the most. So it's been something that I really have to work towards, getting our finances straight, purchasing a larger house with a shop, and hiring some employees. Well, it took a little while to get here. 68 boards and a couple of cups. Once again, we're here, and it's all because of you guys. Really appreciate the support, and from our family to yours, thank you.
Thank you all so much. We really appreciate all the support.
So I just put everything up on the website and did my email notifications to over 1,000 people that have signed up on the website, and half of the inventory went to the website, and in 15 minutes it was gone. It was incredible. So the other half is going up for eBay on auction, and they're already selling for, there's 4 days left on auction. They just barely got on there, and they're already, the bids are higher than what I've been asking for the boards. So this is just incredible, and I just thank you guys. I say thank you so much, but it's a little surreal, so thank you. Oh, that was way more work than I anticipated, but happy to see him go. Say thank you.
Mom.
Not mom. Say bye. Say thank you.
Mm-hmm.